Oleksandr Usyk, Daniel Dubois, we go again. What was it like sharing a ring with a master?
Look, I've come on since then. I've resurrected myself, so I feel, you know, just ready for a new beginning. Really, I'm ready for a great fight. Looking forward to a great fight, and yeah, I'm excited for it.
Same question I asked Oleksandr. Did anything surprise you about him?
No, not to be honest, really, no.
No?
No.
Did anything surprise you about Daniel?
No. No. It's a boxing. Boxing don't have surprise.
How do you approach this fight differently this time?
Confidence, I'm ready to seize victory.
Is it about throwing the kitchen sink?
It's about getting victory, seriously, you know. I've worked hard for it, and now I want to cause chaos in the ring and restore it with order, with victory. So that's my mindset.
Boxing pros have shared their final predictions on the rematch between Daniel Dubois and Oleksandr Usyk. Carl Frampton said Daniel Dubois looks like a new fighter now and has learned to stay calm under pressure. He believes Dubois has matured and is in his prime. Frampton said a fight with Oleksandr Usyk would be exciting and questioned whether Usyk's intelligence would help him win again or if the improved Dubois could beat him this time.
He has a better chance. He's a different fighter than the first Usyk fight, and we've seen him weather the storm. We've seen him, I don't know, it's almost like he's grown up or something, you know what I mean? And he's right in his prime now. Dubois and Usyk is a great fight. Does Usyk find a way because he's a genius and he always does? Or does this kind of reinvigorated Dubois get the job done? I'm not sure yet, but it'll be a great fight.
Eddie Hearn said Oleksandr Usyk has had a long career with over 200 amateur fights, and that wear shows. He believes Usyk struggles with body shots, pointing to his reactions against Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois. Hearn said the Dubois shot may have been borderline, but Usyk was clearly hurt to the body and spent a long time complaining to the referee.
Sooner or later, I mean, he is getting on. I mean, forget the professional fights, actually, which he's had a lot, not bucket loads, but it's the amateur contest as well. I mean, what, over 200 amateur fights. There is absolutely no doubt that Oleksandr Usyk doesn't like it to the body. I mean, it's the famous low blow situation of last time. Was it low? Whatever. I mean, that was the past. But one thing is for sure, he don't like it to the body. You saw when AJ hit him to the body, he said it was low there, he turned away. Obviously, the borderline shot against Dubois, he was hurt. I mean, one thing's for sure, he didn't cop one in the nuts, right? Whether it was low or not was debatable, but it wasn't. He went down because he was hurt, really, to the stomach, not to the.
And he stayed down, and he moaned to the referee,
and he was down for a long time. A long time.
Ben Davidson said he thinks Daniel Dubois will likely stick to a similar plan as he had in the first fight with Usyk, and the rematch could look similar. He still favors Usyk to win, but said it will be interesting. Davidson added that Dubois will have more self-belief this time, but it is still very difficult to carry out a game plan against someone like Usyk.
I think that the plan for Dubois will be similar to what his plan was going into the first fight, and I think that it'll probably end up looking quite similar.
Still back at Usyk to come out?
Yeah. Potentially, I don't know. That would be interesting. I'm not sure. I think that more than anything, Daniel's belief will be higher, but I think it's really hard to implement what it is Daniel will try to implement against Usyk.
George Groves said Daniel Dubois needs to start fast and try to land on Oleksandr Usyk in the early rounds to have a real chance. He explained that Usyk often takes a few rounds to settle into the fight. Groves also praised Usyk's ability to improve as the fight goes on, saying that even if Usyk has a bad round, he usually responds with a great one right after.
He's going to have to start quick. If he can land on Usyk in those first few rounds, he's in with a chance. Usyk always takes a few rounds to settle in, and he does have that incredible ability to get better after every interval. So Usyk, even when he has a bad round, he usually comes out and has a spectacular round there.
Ricky Hatton said he believes it is the best fight because Usyk and Dubois are the top two heavyweights in the world. He mentioned the controversy from their first fight, saying that kind of drama is common in boxing. Hatton thinks Dubois has a better chance this time, especially after beating Joshua, which gave him a big confidence boost. He pointed out that when Dubois first fought Usyk, he was coming off a loss to Joe Joyce, but now he has momentum and a much stronger mindset.
I think it's the best fight. I think they're the best two heavyweights in the world, and was a bit of controversy with the last time, which goes with the grain in boxing, doesn't it? A bit of controversy, but no, I think Daniel's got a better chance than he had the first time. Yeah, what with the win off Joshua, that his confidence is massively up. Well, when he fought Usyk last time, he come off the defeat from Joyce, and but now he's absolutely flying. He's got as good a chance. Better chance than he had the first time around, I think.
Harlem Eubank explained that Daniel Dubois is the type of boxer who has strong self-belief and doesn't show fear. He said that kind of attitude matters a lot when going up against someone like Oleksandr Usyk. While many opponents focus too much on Usyk's technical ability, Eubank thinks that staying confident and applying pressure is the way to go. He mentioned that if Dubois uses his strength, physical size, and keeps advancing like an old-school heavyweight without trying to outbox Usyk, he stands a real shot at winning.
I think Daniel, he's the type of fighter, he's got that belief, he's not scared of anything that's in front of him, and that is something that will hold you in good stead going into a fight against Usyk, because a lot of people that go into an Usyk fight, they're accounting for loads of different things, and I think with Usyk, you almost just need to have that belief to go at them with heavy hands, with weight advantage. I think that's one of the things that Derek Chisora, as he was saying, done well. He's kind of an old kind of school type of fighter. He's going to ride shots. He's going to use his weight. He's going to put pressure on in different ways. And I think if Daniel can do that and not stand off and have a technical exchange.
Harlem Eubank said he still has to choose Oleksandr Usyk as the likely winner because of his elite skills and the way he has performed against top-level heavyweights. He noted that Usyk's ring experience, footwork, and sharp boxing mind make him very difficult to beat. However, Eubank also admitted that Dubois has a serious chance in this fight. He said Dubois cannot be dismissed, especially because of the power he brings and the belief he carries into the ring.
And he has a solid chance in the fight.
Who are you picking them?
I think I have to pick Usyk because of the ability and what he's done in there with the heavyweights. But Daniel is has a very live chance in this fight.
Adam Smith said Usyk is the favorite due to his success at cruiserweight and heavyweight, including wins over Joshua and Fury. He said Usyk looked strong late against Fury and will carry that form forward. Smith noted Usyk loves London and sees this as a homecoming. He believes Dubois has improved with big wins and strong momentum and now has a real chance, but beating Usyk will still be very difficult.
I think Oleksandr starts the favorite, of course. How do you go against a guy that's done what he's done at cruiserweight, at heavyweight, beating AJ and Fury twice, and he looks so good against Tyson in the last 3 or 4 rounds. So I think he'll look to pick off from there, pick up, and he loves London, and I think he'll see this as a bit of a homecoming, because I think he adores England, and he wants to fight in Ukraine if he can. Before he finishes. But yeah, I see Usyk as a favourite in the fight, but I think that the margins have closed. I think that Dubois is in the form of his life, the momentum he's got since Miller, Hrgovic, and of course Joshua is mentally, I think, for him a big ingredient into this. And physically, I think he's a terrific all-round fighter who can really punch, so he's got a real chance in there to become undisputed in front of his home crowd at Wembley Stadium. What an amazing story. But I think it's going to be very, very tough to beat Usyk.
Ade Oladipo said he believes Daniel Dubois will land a clean shot on Oleksandr Usyk, and if that happens, it could hurt him. He mentioned seeing Dubois train privately and said this is the best version of Dubois, both mentally and physically. In comparison, Oladipo does not think Usyk is at his best anymore, pointing out that at 38, Usyk is likely past his peak.
I can't see Daniel not catching Usyk. And if he catches Usyk, could hurt him. I've watched him spar. I've seen some behind the scenes stuff. I've peeked behind the curtain, if you like. And he is in incredible shape. Mentally, physically, emotionally. Like, this is the best version of Daniel Dubois there's ever been. This simply isn't the best version of Oleksandr Usyk. It can't be, it isn't. Go and argue with yourself. It's not. You can't be the best version of yourself at 38, no matter how you live the life. I don't care if you are a nun. I don't care if you've never taken a drop of alcohol. I don't care if you've never had a tough fight in your life. 38 is 38.
Jose Benavidez Sr. said the fight is exciting and great for boxing, and everyone is looking forward to it. When asked who he favors, he said Usyk is one of his favorite fighters, so he has to go with him. He added that anything can happen, but Usyk has proven himself at cruiserweight and heavyweight, still has the skills, the heart, and has looked very good.
Well, that's another great fight, you know, a fight that we're all excited about it, and we can't wait. So, I mean, it's a good thing for boxing.
Who do you favour? Do you favour Usyk or do you favour Dubois?
You know what? Usyk is one of my favorite fighters. I'm gonna have to go with Usyk, but anything can happen. You know, he's been proving us that anywhere he goes, cruiserweight, heavyweight, he's still got the moves and he has the heart. And he's been looking really good.
Tony Bellew said Oleksandr Usyk will have to wear Daniel Dubois down once more by taking away his self-belief and determination. He believes Usyk can manage that, though it might be more difficult than in their previous fight. Bellew suggested Dubois could possibly drop Usyk with a solid punch for the first time, but Usyk would bounce back and regain control. He predicted that Usyk would finish Dubois between rounds 8 and 12, after slowly breaking him down, starting from the 6th round.
Oleksandr Usyk is going to have to beat them into him again, and he's going to have to take his confidence and take his will. Can he do it? Yes, I think he can. Will it be as easy as last time? Maybe not. I think this might be the first time Oleksandr Usyk's ever had to climb off the floor, off a headshot. I think he may have to climb off the floor, and I think he rides out a storm, but I think he gets the job done, and I think he stops him probably between round 8 and 12. But I do see Daniel Dubois at the most confident he's ever been. I do think he's a seriously dangerous fighter, but I think that confidence will be taken after round 6, and then he will be a target from rounds, 6 to 9, and then if he lasts out to 12, fair play to him, but I don't think he will. It'll be too much.
Shane Mosley said it is definitely possible because Dubois now knows where to target to get a reaction from Usyk. He explained that if Dubois cannot land clean shots to the head, going to the body might be the better option. If Dubois focuses on body shots and starts landing them, it could turn into a difficult night for Usyk. When asked about the low blow in the first fight, Mosley said it was probably close, maybe on the belt line, and while it might not have been low enough to warrant going down like that, Usyk felt the power and stayed down for a bit. He called it a questionable shot.
It's very possible. I mean, Dubois knows exactly where to go now to get a reaction from him. If you can't hit his head, then maybe I go to the body, right? And if he goes to the body a lot and he's catching, Usyk to the body, yeah, it could be a rough night for Usyk.
Was it a low blow in the first fight?
It was probably kind of close, but I wouldn't say low where you had to go down like that. But I think it was on the belt line, and he felt the power and stay down a little bit. I mean, it's questionable low blow. It was questionable.
David Haye said the rematch between Daniel Dubois and Oleksandr Usyk is a great matchup, but very different from their first encounter. He felt Dubois was not fully prepared back then, either physically or mentally, and he did not believe Dubois had what it took to defeat someone like Anthony Joshua. However, Dubois surprised him with how he approached the Joshua fight, showing a level of aggression and confidence that Haye did not expect. He said this version of Dubois, the one who fights boldly and without doubt, is dangerous and needs to appear again.
I think it's a great fight. I think the first fight, Daniel wasn't quite where he needed to be, physically, emotionally, and obviously, but off the strength, I didn't think he'd have what it took to beat Anthony Joshua, but he really made that happen and did it in emphatic style. And I was shocked. I didn't realise he had that in his arsenal to come out. Obviously the loss against Joe Joyce and then Usyk. I thought, okay, against AJ, he's not really got much chance, but he shocked everybody. And that version of Dubois, that relentless, the one where he doesn't care what's coming at him, he's throwing it back.
Haye also said Dubois cannot try to outbox Usyk from a distance like he did in their first fight. He believes Dubois must apply intelligent pressure, like Derek Chisora once did, and push Usyk into close-range exchanges. Haye pointed out that Usyk has gone through a long and demanding career, from a deep amateur background to becoming undisputed in 2 divisions, and facing elite names like Joshua and Fury back-to-back. While Usyk still looks sharp, Haye said the physical demands might start to show, and Dubois' youth and current momentum could give him the opening he needs.
What he doesn't want to do is what he did in the first fight, and that's have a long-range boxing match and try and get too technical. He's got to do what Derek Chisora did when he fought Usyk. apply educated pressure, and understand that Usyk is in the twilight of his career. You know, he's had many international amateur fights, you know, Olympics, World Championships, cruiserweight, undisputed, heavyweight, undisputed, not just undisputed. He's fought AJ twice, Tyson Fury twice, and although those fights weren't no life and death, think about the training camps it took for those fights in the close succession. There's a lot, you know, there's a lot of wear and tear. It's not evident from his last performances, but at some stage, I can tell you it creeps up on you. And is this going to be that night? Is Daniel Dubois' youth and experience and mindset and, you know, momentum going to be enough to beat someone who is technically superior to him, but physically insuperior, you know?
Joe Cordina said it is a very good fight and admitted he keeps going back and forth on who might win. He noted that Daniel Dubois is on a strong run and full of confidence. But at the same time, Oleksandr Usyk is an incredible fighter. He called Usyk one of the best in the world and said he has been that way since his amateur days. Cordina repeated that it is a very good matchup.
Very good fight. Do you know what? I keep going back and forth. Daniel's obviously on a great run. He's got his confidence, but at the same time, Usyk is unbelievable, isn't he? Great fighter, and he's one of the best fighters on the planet. And he's been like that since I've seen him in the amateurs. So. Yeah, very good.
Johnny Nelson said Oleksandr Usyk has shown many times that rematches suit him well because he learns fast and adjusts with precision. He admitted Daniel Dubois has changed, now showing more belief in himself and greater faith in his team. Nelson compared Dubois' mindset in their first fight to that of someone still gaining experience, but said his increased confidence is now clear. Still, he warned that Usyk's sharp ring intelligence and ability to study his opponents make him even more dangerous the second time around.
Alexander Usyk has proven time and time again, if he's boxed you once, he actually finds it easier the second time. And the difference between this fight and their last fight is Daniel is now believe in himself, and the success has made him more confident, have more self-belief, have more faith in what he's capable of doing. I think he was like a learning driver the first time we boxed. But the problem is with Usyk, if you fight Usyk once, he's very good at downloading the blueprint of who you are.
Nelson said the rematch has gained fan interest, but he believes Usyk could win by stoppage, not with one big shot, but by applying steady, smart pressure. He praised Dubois for how he performed against Anthony Joshua, saying he stepped up when it mattered, but noted that facing Usyk is a different kind of test. Nelson acknowledged Dubois is physically stronger, but pointed out that Usyk has faced and beaten bigger, stronger fighters throughout his career.
It's a fight that catches your attention, but I do believe that Usyk could possibly stop Daniel, and it won't be one shot. It'll be an accumulation of consistent, like subtle pressure on Daniel. But Daniel, again, we see how he grows, we see how he goes on, and I bet against Daniel against AJ, but then AJ didn't turn up, Daniel did, and Daniel got the job done. So I don't think that's going to be the case here. You've got two fighters that are going to turn up, so it's going to be skill against skill. Daniel is naturally the stronger of the two, but I suppose a lot of people Usyk's been with have been bigger and stronger than him, but he's managed to negate his way around what advantages they have.
Nelson concluded that both men now fully understand each other's strengths, which raises the quality of the rematch. He praised Usyk's calm under fire and his ability to shift momentum even when things are not going his way. While he credited Dubois for improving since their first fight, Nelson said Usyk's experience and mental edge will be the deciding factors. He predicted Usyk will win before the final bell by using his skills and fight IQ to gradually break Dubois down.
So Dubois knows what Usyk's about, and Usyk knows what Dubois is about. Usyk showed that he can think in most situations and change the direction of a fight mid-fight. He proves that. He proves that when he got when he went down in the last fight, he knew how to milk the situation. He knew how to play the game, find himself a little time to re-establish himself, and still come back and beat Daniel up. So for Daniel, he now knows that, you know what, I've got to stick to the task in hand. Don't be broken-hearted by this guy's persistence, because he'll keep coming as long as he possibly can. He's an honest pro. So knowledge is power. So yes, they're both not getting an instant rematch. You think, well, look at what they did after that. Look at what Usyk also did after that. Look at what Daniel did. So Daniel's had a confidence builder, but so has Usyk. So Daniel knows what Usyk's about, but so does Usyk. So both fighters have benefited from the opportunity to box elsewhere and others. So again, I think Usyk stops Daniel inside the distance. But you know what? I'm trying to back the bit, but you're asking me a question. I'm going to say exactly how it is, how I think it is.
Jaime Moore said Daniel Dubois is on a strong run with momentum and has learned a lot from his past defeats. He explained that Dubois has grown not just in terms of boxing skills, but also in understanding himself. Moore said Dubois is riding a high wave of confidence, and when a fighter with his power and talent feels that way, he becomes very dangerous. While Moore still leans toward Usyk, he added that he would not be shocked if Dubois pulls off an upset.
Dubois on a roll, got momentum, and he's learned from those losses. He learned a lot about himself, not just from a boxing technical point of view, but he's found out about himself, and he's riding the crest of a wave. And a confident fighter like that, with his punch power and ability, is a dangerous guy. So I don't think you can go against Usyk, but I would not be surprised if Dubois causes the upset.
Sonny Edwards said that while he respects Oleksandr Usyk, his close connection to Daniel Dubois gives him a different view. He has known Dubois since childhood and feels loyal to him. Edwards believes Dubois had a real chance in their first fight, especially if it had been in the UK. He argued the body shot that dropped Usyk looked legal and showed how powerful Dubois is.
It's weird because I'm one of those people that, bear in mind, I'm a massive fan of Usyk, a bigger fan of Usyk than I ever have been Dubois. You know what I mean? Dubois was someone that I boxed on the same cards of, someone that I kind of remember from when we was all kids and that, so he's not like star to me, if that makes sense. But Usyk, known from kid, but, you know, always been on the other side of the world or doing the best in the amateurs than the pros, and I kind of think Dubois in an English ring would have won the first time, because that body shot, for me, it wasn't his nuts, and I can't lie, when you get hit in that sort of middle bit under the belly button and above like that, that's not really an illegal shot. I thought the protector, in my opinion, that's just my opinion of how I see things, and I think it was kind of like in a shot where on someone else's groin guard and someone else's shots was a legal shot, and if not very, very borderline in the home corner, in the home fight, he might have won that fight. So he definitely can hurt him, because there was no way Usyk was going to get up, because he tried. He tried to get up and couldn't, and was on the floor for about 5 minutes, then eventually got up.
Edwards added that Usyk used his experience to recover and win, but age might now be a factor. He said Dubois is only 28 and still improving, while Usyk is nearly 39 and could start to slow down. Edwards believes Dubois' youth, size, and confidence are big advantages, though it's still hard to pick against someone as skilled and proven as Usyk.
But Usyk, tremendous fighter, where he just overcame and readjusted and then sort of punched him to a standstill, so there's still that, but Usyk's getting older and Dubois is getting older, but that's a better thing for Dubois, because he's still in that, he's not the eldest, what is it, 28, I would say, a year younger than me, so he's 28, you know what I mean, and 27, 28, and Usyk's now what, 34, 35, getting on, 36, 37, that's even older. And yeah, eventually those reactions, and eventually the size and the maturity and the confidence. He's got a lot of confidence now, but who can pick against Usyk is what I would say, because he's that great.
That's it for today's video. So what are your thoughts on this? What do you think about the rematch? We would love to hear your thoughts. So share your thoughts in the comment section, and make sure to subscribe and like if you enjoyed the video. Also, check out our other videos on the screen right now.